Did you know that there are all kinds of predictions out there that extraterrestrials are going to make a major landing, or maybe appearance, I should say, in June of 2024? Well, guess what? That's in a few days from this video. So you'll be watching this probably in June. Why do I say June? Well, there are some people who have been pretty good at seeing some future events. Now, I want to share something about the future events in this video and share something with you about these appearances or appearance that's supposed to happen in June that you need to know about, because it's time for us to shift into that world where this actually can happen in a good way. If you're afraid of it, you're going to want to watch this video. If you welcome it, you're going to want to watch this video. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. How do I break through fear? It's here. It's here. It's on the planet. It's part of the program. Get used to it. Just learn to deal with it. It's the challenge. You're not challenged unless you have some kind of event, conflict, stuff going on in the head, right? We have to break through it. I can teach you how to do that. Free stuff. Okay, let's start with this. Please subscribe. I hope that if you love my content, you're going to want to come back. You can click the bell. It'll let you know when I have a new video out, because we're going to start talking more and more about your endless capabilities. Everything exists in one time. Now, if you've read my book, Breakthrough Fear, I explain how the universe works. No, I don't have all the answers. Boy, wouldn't that be nice? What I explain to you is that everything exists right now. We're going to talk about that today. Extraterrestrials and everything possible of any kind of thing you can possibly imagine in every form, in every frequency, exists all at one time. Why do we not believe in anything? You believe in this and it is true, and then you call somebody wrong because what they believe isn't. Guess what? It's all true. If you believe the earth is flat, then it's true for you. And you will have every story in your head, that's the key word, story, that makes it true. What if I thought this over here, and that story makes it a different truth? That's true also. Why? Because source has no limits. It can be the flat earth, the round earth. It can be a universe full of life in every form. It can be the earth here that fears that. It's all about your story. We have an opening and more openings happening here, supposedly in June of 2024, and I'll explain that here in a minute. Why is this happening? If we start to, and I believe that we are, as a spiritual teacher and even in business, I'm seeing people open more and more to things that they were afraid of before, and realizing, what the heck am I afraid of? If I don't change what's happening right now or how I'm thinking and living, I will not go into that endless, unlimited space of joy, of everything I could possibly want. It exists right now for you. All right, starting to teach you guys the Master Key System. We're going through that. And I'll read a little bit today. Again, I'm going to give you things to think about. These are powerful teachings that have taken people to unbelievable places. Billionaires have read this book. Why? When we shift our belief and our thinking, it's true. Okay? Do you believe in extraterrestrials? What's not to believe in? If I'm here, then there's obviously something else out there. Just because we're on our little speck of dust floating around doesn't mean there aren't other specks floating around with other forms, and we fear it. Why? We're programmed to fear because it keeps us in limitations. Why? Because when they show up here, it's going to be good. Now, here's the problem, and there is a problem. Well, in the Matrix game, I should say challenge. Why would anyone not want extraterrestrials to show up? They are not allowed to interfere with our way of life here. They can assist. and be requested. Why would they not be welcome? Why are they shot down? Why have we not taken anything that they have offered us so far? It puts dense humans out of business. If we had ways to heal ourselves without anything else going into our bodies, and we did it with our own powers, there would be trillion-dollar companies that would have no use anymore. And that is to that percentage of people, in their minds, a threat when it actually isn't. All right? What if we didn't spray chemicals on our food or do anything, and there were different ways to produce food, and we could produce it for the world? It puts a lot of people out of business. A lot of people that want to see some people not do so well and go away, right? So herein is the challenge. They will absolutely show up when we're ready for it. A very small percentage of people can put the kibosh on that. But I'm going to tell you something. No technology that we have outpowers what they have. They're going through wormholes or dimensions or whatever. They're beyond what we are, the dense human beings. You know, we hit a wall and that's it. Ow. They can walk through walls. They can turn into other forms or whatever. Why? Because they're in a higher frequency with no limitations. Higher vibration, I should say. So their form is different. It's more etheric and flowing. It's higher. It's beautiful. And yes, there are some out there that aren't as nice, but I'll tell you what, nothing beats the density of human beings. Will they show up? I believe they will make an appearance. Is it going to be June? I don't think anybody can predict that. I think in the next 2 years, in 2026, I've shared with you something big's going to happen in that year. I believe that they're going to make their appearance more and more in bigger ways to get us used to the fact that they're there and that they're not taking us out. Phoenix Lights, 1987, I think it was huge. Thousands of people saw it. Massive craft coming over, several of them, over Arizona. And what was that? It was a show of their presence. That's it. There was nothing bad that came from that. It was a very, if you don't even know about this, it blows my mind. That was huge. And I think we're going to have another appearance like that. Now, here's what's going to happen. It's all in your hands and my hands. If you're in fear, we will repel them. They will never step into a space of that without some kind of an agreement. So you could say, well, abductions, no, that actually is human beings. We forget our agreements. We forget everything that we agreed to in advance. And what I want you to know is that if you open yourself up to the unlimited source creations, all bets are off. In other words, there is no one truth. And that we can live in a world of peace, abundance, and health. It exists right now. We're just not choosing it. What's stopping us are fears and the programmed limitations from those who want to control that. And so be it. They are not to blame. That's just where they are. They create challenges for us. So instead of looking them as an enemy or separate, you create your own environment. You create your own thought processes. You create your own reality. You become a change maker instead of somebody who blames others. Be the change. Live it. We are creating planet conscious businesses. We are getting past our fears. We're doing all kinds of things out there, working on ourselves to contribute to the world. And if you're not doing that, you're probably living back here in a lower density frequency and missing out on a lot of great stuff. And you could be doing that now. Now I talk about my father has many mansions. What's that mean? That's pretty cool. There are endless mansions. A mansion represents a matrix, an illusion, a game. Earth is one of them. This is a mansion. And what's in a mansion? Floors. What's at the top? The penthouse. right? Once you've been to the penthouse, which is super awakening, and you maybe slip down a little bit. Sometimes we have to function, because up there you don't even want to talk to anybody. You're in such bliss. Sometimes you slip down. Once you've been there, you have information, you have knowledge, and you can never go back. But down here, they don't even know the penthouse exists. They are not to blame. How can we change that in a positive way without interfering with free will? Shine a light. If you shine a light and there's a little hole and they go, I think there's something else up there, they might explore and go outside of the dark basement with no windows and realize there's an elevator. Where's it go to? How do I get that elevator up? And it feels better, it feels different, and there's light. And they go to this floor and this floor and this floor, and shining that light, being the change maker, is the only way you're going to do this. Our extraterrestrial friends, they've been helping us, but we have not used that information and technology in a positive way. They have. They've done a lot of healings. They've done a lot of really cool stuff. And a lot of things you see, if you think it's negative, that's programming to make you fear them. And the bottom line is, as I've shared with you, how many times do we pick up animals, test them, take their blood, and then put them back in, tag them and put them back, and they're thinking, I hate humans, they're so evil. That's what they're doing to us when they test us to try and help us to stop going extinct. And so our DNA has changed. So many things have changed. We can't explain any of this. Why? Because we are not one isolated anything. Everything is one connected thing. If you read Breakthrough Fear, it'll make perfect sense to you. What do you want to go into? The last chapter is called The Knowing. The knowing is when you stop asking questions. You don't have to know, because you just are. I am that. I am. Wow. It's beautiful, all of it. All of it's beautiful. Even the destructive parts that are exploring that side of creation. Because through that, we get to experience things that we don't normally get to experience outside of our bodies. Heaven, people don't want to come back after their end and near-death experiences. Oh, it's horrible here, and they go into depression. Well, this is temporary. Do your best. So I'm going to read you something from the Master Key System, because we will see some appearances. It is all rests on us. So can anybody tell you what's going to happen? No, I can't. I think they're going to show up. I think they're going to make themselves known more and more. And because we are shifting into a new era of frequency, and that creates openings for them, because we're expanding our mind in the possibilities that maybe they are our neighbors and are not so bad. Maybe there's something we can learn from them, right? Just like here on Earth, there are different societies and explorers have come to countries where, they had guns and tribes didn't know what guns were. Great. You either introduce something good for the good or not so good. And that's all it's boiling down to. We have to get this in check. We have to break through fear and be open to this, because you are eternal. Nothing can actually harm you. And even if you had some physical thing, it's only temporary. It's an experience. What's it like to feel pain or loss or sadness? What's that like? Know it, because you contribute to the collective information. It's collecting information. Every experience. And this is why we appear as individuals, so we can know this. What's it like to be separate from somebody else? Because when we're out there, we know that that doesn't exist. Yes, relish it. Make the best possible choices. There's a world within, a world of thought and feeling and power, of light and life and beauty, and although invisible, its forces are mighty. The world within is governed by mind. When we discover this world, we shall find the solution for every problem, the cause for every effect. And since the world within is subject to our control, all laws of power and possession are also within our control. All of it. Everything's within your control, right here. The world without is a reflection of the world within. Fear, put it out there. You're placing fear into the collective. Your choices are very important. What appears without is what has been found within. In the world within may be found infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression. If we recognize these potentialities in the world within, they will take form in the world without. Pretty powerful, huh? The Master Key System, I have it here. It's going to show up here. That's my affiliate link. However, you can get it in audio on YouTube. There's several channels that have it. The one I suggest is the system. It's like, what is it, 40, 25, 24 or something like that. Actual lessons, it takes months to go through. You're not allowed to go to the next one unless you master it. This is why I'm giving you a sentence at a time. I want you to really take that in. When you go into that space, they'll show up. This is how it works. Do you know what CE5 is? It's a app by Stephen Greer. I've actually loaded it. I've never used it. One of the things that's required, we don't have cocktails and go out on the beach. No alcohol, no drugs, no nothing. You meditate, and they sit out there and they call in, and the app has some sounds on it. You call in extraterrestrials and they show up. Most of the time they show up. Why? They're tuned into that higher frequency. When you meditate and you're welcoming them, they'll show up. That's all this is. They will show up if you go into that space. It's an opening invitation. It has to be free will invitation. They will not violate our rules. And that is, they will never come in and force any kind of engagement that isn't welcome on some level or that we're not ready for. Yeah? You're a part of this. You're that important. Can you let go of all the stories and the stupid movies meant for us to stay in fear? Because as long as we are, we, through our frequency, keep them at bay. And that's what the dense few like, because that could solve all world problems and balance it out so that all can have abundance, health, joy, community. We're going into it, but only if you participate and contribute. If you're interested in digital explorers, I'm teaching people how to create planet-conscious businesses, anything you want. This is not technical. We are creating coaching, products, healing, you name anything. I help you find it. We build multiple income streams around it. We take it out to the planet online, and possibly you can quit your day job that's stressing you out. That would be the ultimate goal, right? And the training can get you there. But you have to do the work in every area of your life. And if you do, all the probabilities await you. It's just wait, it's there. It's not something you have to track. It's here. It's right here. You just shift into it. I can show you how. Come on over. I've got master classes, new master classes coming out. Amazing ones. And I'm going to give everything over to you guys to shift into whatever life you want to live. But you have to be willing to let go of the things that do not serve you well. As a collective, I'm counting on you. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.